Good evening. Taxpayer money going to a sex club. An exclusive News Channel 5 investigation discovered it happened right here in Nashville.
Our chief investigative reporter Phil Williams discovered that money was part of the hundreds of millions of dollars given to Tennessee businesses affected by the COVID shutdowns.
What happened inside Menage's is, for the most part, best left to the imagination. The downtown Nashville Swingers Club advertised fantasy rooms, semi-private and private playrooms, a place where, according to one of its ads, you could party like a porn star. But when COVID crashed the party,
where we have set aside $300 million for business relief,
Menage's lined up for the taxpayer handouts, tapping into Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's Supplemental Employer Recovery Grant program, pocketing at least $30,000. We showed the evidence we uncovered.
Oh, it's a swingers club.
To House Democratic Caucus Leader Vincent Dixie of Nashville.
In business interruption money. So this is where our money's going.
In fact, the Swingers Club may have benefited from even more of your money. Out of $2.3 billion that the state got directly from the federal government, the Lee administration says $882 million went for economic and pandemic relief for various industries, included a program designed to help businesses hurt by the shutdown in April 2020. The Tennessee Business Relief Program shelled out $200 million, but the Lee administration says who got that money is confidential because it's based on the company's tax filings.
Your reaction is?
We definitely need more accountability for this. This is upsetting, it's appalling, but I think that there's a way that the governor needs to fix this.
And tracking the money is likely to become even more challenging with the next round of stimulus money that the state's top fiscal watchdog is anticipating.
It's billions and billions of dollars coming to Tennessee.
Comptroller Jason Mumpower worries about what happens when Tennessee gets more than $3.7 billion in state aid and local governments get another $2.5 billion for a total of $6.2 billion.
It is just a ton of money, so much money that the legislature this past session had to change the law to allow banks more time to be able to deposit the money. I mean, there's so much money, it's too much money for the banks.
Mumpower is especially concerned that local governments might inadvertently use that money in ways that are not allowed, then be forced to pay the money back using local tax dollars.
We are trying to help make sure that communities don't purposefully get in trouble, but I worry about those communities that accidentally get in trouble.
Do you worry about fraud?
I don't worry about fraud because I know fraud's going to occur, but what I want to do is make sure that we are there in the audit process to do our best to find the fraud, to show people that if they steal money in Tennessee, somebody's going to be looking over your shoulder. Somebody's going to be looking for accountability.
Again, in the case of the Swingers Club, there were apparently no provisions to prohibit them from collecting that money. We checked, and it turns out that Menage's also got another $40,000 through the federal government's Paycheck Protection Program. Phil Williams, News Channel 5 investigates.
Thank you, Phil. The State Department of Finance says small businesses had to show that they had real losses as a result of the pandemic and had to certify that they were not involved in any illegal activity. You can see a full list of other companies that got those same grants on newschannel5.com.